Hey everybody, Multi here, back with some more Xenoblade Kurosu. In the last episode, we got a rookie's welcome to NLA. And yeah, we basically got a grand tour from our new friends Elma and Lynn here. Basically all the way through NLA and a lot of the administrative district. And we became a Blade, and we also came out here to for a training mission and ended up taking on our first Tyrant, as well as planting our first FrontierNav probe, which are basically this game's equivalent to Sky Towers from Zelda Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. Now, on the way back to NLA, because that's where we need to go next, is to to report back on our mission. I'm gonna fight some enemies here. Including this one right here, because I haven't tried to fight this enemy like more than once on foot, and that was way back in my first playthrough of the game, and I lost. But I want to try that enemy now since I have more knowledge in the game, and I also want to demonstrate battling this game better. So let's do this. So I've already talked about the arts, but the thing is, you don't want to just spam arts, even though it seems like they're your only way of attacking. You really don't want to spam them too much. Because so arts have a cooldown. As you can see, my assault hammer is on its first cooldown since I just used it, so I have to wait until it finishes cooling down to use it. But there's also a secondary cooldown, which is this green circle around the arts. And if you wait until an art has completed second cooldown, you will have special bonuses in effect from using that art. Actually, I think wait, it won't say for sure like on this screen, but I have to go into, I guess I have to go into the actual pause screen to see it. But basically what it all comes down to, geez, if I can talk today, is that yeah, sometimes waiting is the best strategy for your arts, but also at the same time, you know they are your main way of attacking besides the auto attack. Oh, class rank up. Okay. Oh yeah, and I just achieved an art too. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, let's go into our arts here. See what I got. Okay, so I finally got my first aura, which is recuperate, and this one boosts 8 evasion and continually restores HP. But you'll notice it says TP on it. This means that it requires tension points, and typically if an art requires tension points, it usually means it requires 10,000 or 10,000. Seriously, 1,000, and TP is the green bar next to my health, basically. So the one that's at 839 right now, that's my TP. TP is gained by simply fighting enemies, but there's also specific arts that increase your TP. You can have up to 2,000, or not 2,000, I think it's 3,000 TP at the most. And when you have max TP, that's a good time to utilize those arts. And it'll also have additional uses later on in the game once we get further in. But yeah, I'll show off the recuperate here as soon as I get to 1,000 TP, which I'm very close here, so I can show it to you. Actually, that was probably not the best battle to do that, because the thing is that all it does is, yeah, it's just boosting my evasion, so avoiding the enemy, which is not really useful at the end of a battle. And but it also continually restores HP, so that's all it's good for. And I also have to show Elma and Lynn's arts too, but we'll do that some other time when I'm actually playing as Elma or Lynn. Okay. But yeah, I just want to increase my experience here and kind of practice fighting, because it's been quite a while, basically. And oh, screwed up there. Missed the soul voice. As you can see, the yellow art was flashing because Lynn had one of her yellow soul voices up. So that means that if I use that specific art, or any art that's yellow, which are, again, those are the long range attacks, then it will increase it will boost our HP, basically. Now, do I want to fight this enemy yet, or do I want to, well, it's, okay, I don't need to fight these guys. These guys are one level below us at this point. So let's try fighting this guy now, this giant enemy here. Now, it may seem like it won't be that difficult to fight because it's the same level as me, and it's even one level lower than Elma. But, not quite. Let's see. Oh, jeez, I totally screwed that up there. Yeah, as you can see, I totally missed the action command because I did it too early there. So, yeah, that didn't work out so well. So I'm going to try responding specifically just to soul voices. So this Wood Lepix has its main melee attack where it will stretch its legs, followed by dropping to the ground, which can inflict stagger if you are too close to it. Otherwise, it's a fairly easy battle, especially if you attack it one-on-one. It's mainly weak to Ether and especially thermal-based attacks, so if you're struggling against it, I strongly recommend you equip your Ether or thermal-based weapons, and that could make all the difference. It's actually going pretty well. Yeah, the first time I took on one of these guys in my original playthrough of the game, I totally lost, but this time I'm doing just fine now, because I can actually know what I'm doing now. So this next battle didn't go so well, as there are some nearby bat-like enemies that called Vespers that join in on the fight. So post-commentating here, I'm going to go over the arts that Cross currently has access to, as I want to talk about every battle art in this game at some point. So once again, the melee attacks, which are the red ones. Assault Hammer deals physical damage, can inflict topple, but generally most enemies you have to inflict stagger before you can inflict topple. Basically cause them to fall down, they won't be able to attack you for a few seconds, which can make a big difference in a battle. Secondary cooldown is immediate reuse, so if that green circle goes all the way around the art after its initial cooldown, you can use it immediately again, basically, the second time. Upgrading it from 1 to 5 will increase damage dealt, reduce cooldown time from 50 to 40 seconds, and increase topple time from 4 to 6 seconds. So 2 seconds, but still a big difference. Slit Edge deals weapon damage and from the side boosts the effects by 50%. So you'll do more damage if your character is positioned by to the side of the enemy versus the front or back. And positioning is everything in this game when it comes to battles. Secondary cooldown increased damage by 250%. Cooldown can be lowered from 12 to 7.2 seconds with full upgrade. And this will also increase the side damage, like around 400%, I think it is. So it's a very, very big deal. You should upgrade your arts whenever you possibly can. Flame Grenade is a range attack, that's the yellow ones. Flame Grenade deals thermal damage, inflicts Blaze. And Blaze is basically when your enemy's on fire, is taking damage at a consistent pace, basically. And those numbers will show up as red, basically. Versus toppled enemies, it boosts the damage as well, and secondary cooldown will increase it by 250, increase damage by 250%. Chrome Armor, which is the green art, those are support arts. This will grant physical resistance up to one of your allies. Basically, that grants some more resistance to physical attacks. Cooldown allows for immediate reuse. Cooldown, you can decrease it from 30 to 18 seconds with full upgrade, and more physical res up, basically. Infuriate is the purple debuff arts. This will inflict taunt on the enemy, which will turn its attention towards you and away from your allies. Immediate reuse with secondary cooldown. You can lower the cooldown and increase the effect duration by upgrading this art. Recuperate, which is the aura arts, that's the one that will increase the evasion and gradually restore your HP. Well, that battle didn't go so well. This has been a pretty rough start. I mean, to be fair, it aggroed a bunch of enemies, those Vespers came and joined in the battle unexpectedly. So, yeah, that will happen sometimes, and that's probably one of the worst things that can happen when you're in a battle, is to have to aggro more enemies, and then next thing you know, you're completely outnumbered. Especially this early on in the game, like when we have like just Elma and Lynn only with us, but for the vast majority of the game, you're going to have 3 other party members with you, so numbers definitely help a lot when it comes to, excelling in combat, I suppose. But yeah, let's head back to the Blade Barracks here, and once we complete this next, well, actually, this is going to complete Chapter 2 essentially. And the game's going to throw us straight into Chapter 3 after this. Now, the thing is, this will be the last time where it does that, where the game automatically puts us into the next story mission. But nevertheless, I am still going to I'm going to do other things, actually, instead of the next chapter mission. Instead of the next story mission. But for now, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back into the barracks and have that conversation. Honey, oh, I already did that. But wait, who is this? We haven't seen this guy before.
Commander Vandam. Well now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
And there it is, Chapter 2 complete. Also, by the way, that reward on the left, the 50 there, that is not battle points, as I said in the last episode. That's actually experience. So yeah, that we gained experience, and we also got $10,000. And also some mining research and a research probe. Awesome. I'm not going to save there.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the FrontierNav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Alright, now this is a pretty difficult decision. Each of these divisions have a different, boost your division points different ways. And division points are how you level up your blade level, which we'll get into real soon. But basically, it's very important to pay attention to like which actions of which division increase your blade level. You have to think about like what you're going to be doing the most basically throughout your playthrough. But for the most part, it really doesn't matter which one you choose. Whichever one you choose, you're eventually going to get to your max blade level. Yeah, Pathfinders was the one I did in my first playthrough. And basically, they place probes, interceptors, defeating enemies, completing missions. And also, each division has an increased effect. Such as HP support for Pathfinders. Interceptors, you have Range Masters, so you're better at long range arts, I do believe, and same for melee arts with when you're a Harrier. Not only that, but some divisions have overlapping actions that boost division points. For instance, as you can see, Reclaimers can also get extra division points for playing data probes, just like Pathfinders. And as a matter of fact, the Reclaimer is what I'm going to be going with for this playthrough, because I'm going to be going for all the data probes, regardless, and also retrieving the White Whale wreckage. That's also something we go for a lot of. But also Curators is a good choice too, because I love filling out the Collectopedia, which I'm going to be going into as soon as we're done with this as well, because there's going to be a whole crap load of stuff that opens up after we choose our division. Basically, the whole game opens up after you do this, but yeah. So we're gonna pick Reclaimers for this playthrough.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Alright, so right into Chapter 3, search for Nelson's team in Southeast Primordia. We get 100 XP for this, as well as $20,000, and a storage probe. Storage probes are really good, oh my god. Chapter 3, Builders of a Legacy. Yeah, we're not going to do the story mission quite yet. But anyways, you're officially a Blade now. Congratulations. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including the shop terminal, the AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at this moment, but I'll get back to you on those later. We also now have the ability to fast travel. Yes, I'm gonna demonstrate that later. Supporting arms manufacturers. AM supports from the sidelines by developing new weaponry and gear. By utilizing their services, we can support them too. Head to the AM terminal and armory alley to learn more about working with AMs to make new gear. We're going to do that too. Oh boy. So basically at this point, the game kind of stops holding our hand. The training wheels are off, although we're still kind of limited on things we can do because we're in a story mission. But for the most part, the stuff that you would normally do outside of a story mission aren't really open anyways until after this anyway, after we complete Chapter 3. Nevertheless, we still have our first set of side quests available to us, so I'm going to be doing those in this episode, because I really love doing side quests, and that's kind of a big part of this game. Now, first of all, over to the mission control here, you can now select basic missions. I highly suggest that you accept as many of these as you possibly can. Always accept as many basic missions as possible. You can only accept up to 20 at a time. But basically, it's something you can kind of just have on your have available to you. It's something you can just kind of have on your list, your to-do, like a to-do list of sorts, and you can just kind of do it as you're out in the field, essentially. So I might not have exactly whatever this this elusive Miranium is. But very soon in this Let's Play, we will have that, and we can actually, and then we can do these 2 missions here. But for now, we don't. But we've accepted them, so they'll be there on our to-do list as soon as we have the opportunity to get around to them. Some of these will have you fighting specific enemies or tyrants. Some of them will have you testing out weapons. There's just so many different basic missions you could possibly get. But I'm just going to accept all these for now. Again, you can only accept up to 20 of them at a time. But I think there's only 10 listed on there anyways. But also, over here, we're going to get into our very first normal mission. There are 195 normal missions in the game. These are basically the main side quests of sorts. And these normal missions will actually really flesh out the NPCs you see around Mira and NLA itself. First of all, we have Kirsty over here. Let's talk to her. It's multi, right? Who are you talking to? Yeah. Oh, good. I've been looking for you. The name's Kirsty, with a K. I'm the operations manager for FrontierNav. Nagi requested I brief you on the whole FrontierNav deal. Sound right? Sound good? Yeah, let's hear her out. Excellent. I like your curiosity. Always remember that FrontierNav connects us to the land. And like the rest of Mira, it takes dedication and curiosity to really understand. So then, first lesson. There are several different types of data probes that can be installed on FrontierNav probe placement sites. It's vital that you keep the desired application in mind because each type of probe yields different effects. What's more, placing the exact same type and grade of data probe in neighboring sites will amplify the effects of each probe. Now I could stand here and make you listen to a long, drawn-out explanation, but I think it's better you just try out each one for yourself. Alright, the Probe-fessional, the first normal mission. Learn about FrontierNav from Kirsty. So we're getting 100 experience, 4,000 credits, and again, more incredibly useful probes that we're going to want to keep in mind for later. Now, when you accept more than one mission at a time, you can choose which mission will be your navigation target. And this is what the one whose objectives will appear on your mini-map, basically. Remember the data probe you installed out on the East Gate plane? Yeah, I remember. Good, I can see why you're on Nagi's shortlist. So if you ever need to verify its exact location, just access the segment map with your comm device. I'll point out a pair of placement sites in the plains past the west gate that you can chain together on the FrontierNav grid. Head there and install a data probe on each site, okay? But I don't want just any probes installed there. You'll need to change them to the same type. That's how you get the chain amplification effects. You can change a data probe's type using your comm device. Just touch the corresponding site of the segment map. If you select change probe, you can take your pick from all the unused data probes you got. You do have unused probes, right? Here, take a few mining probes just in case. They're on me, but don't go spraying tales of my generosity. Your assignment is to travel to the 2 specified sites and install data probes there. Then make sure all 3 of your installed probes are set as mining probes. You figured it out, it's all much clearer in action. So yeah, this is one of those things where it's best to just demonstrate it instead of explaining it. So, it's time to show you guys the Wii U gamepad. Anytime comm device is mentioned, that is the game's stand-in for the Wii U gamepad. And I need to get my phone ready here, because I'm going to be using my phone camera to record to capture my Wii U gamepad screen. Okay, so your Wii U gamepad screen will look like this. This is your mini-map of the administrative district. As you can see, it's divided into segments. Not only is there a segment map for the landmasses of Mira itself, but also for the different districts of NLA. And generally, you'll clear each segment by clearing a mission inside that specified segment. So, for example, the Probe-fessional mission was accepted in the segment we are in right now. So there's a very good possibility that this segment will be completed as soon as we complete this mission. That's basically how you clear most segments in NLA. But outside of NLA, if we go to our... Actually, we're not going to show that quite yet because it actually spoils some of the names of the particular areas of... it spoils the names of the other continents, and I don't want to have any spoilers here. So instead, I'm going to show you the map of Primordia. So as you can see, these are there's blue dots here, and these are the that's where the objectives are for the current mission that we're on. As you can see, these are the probes, the FrontierNav probes, and if we click on this, we can switch between the three different maps, the three different layers of the segment map. This one right here shows when you completed objectives or not. This will make more sense much later. But the main thing you want to know is the probes themselves, which on this map are this one they're marked by gray squares, and except for the blue square here, which is the one that we did plant already, and you can change the probe because when you first plant a FrontierNav probe, it starts off as a basic regular probe that doesn't do anything, but we can change probe, and we can change it to one of our 5 mining probe G1s or the research probe. I'm going to set it to a mining probe G1 because that's what Kirsty wants us to do. So we're going to confirm changes here. Now be careful because changing probes actually costs credits to do so. But basically what a mining probe does is it will actually mine for minerals and uranium in that specific area surrounding the probe. And as you can see, it says mining total 500 right here and revenue total 135. The mining total is the amount of uranium that I'm going to be earning for every cycle, basically. And I think cycles are like 20, 30 minutes or so. So every 20 or 30 minutes or so, I'm going to be earning 500 uranium. And the revenue total is credits. So basically we're earning uranium and credits by doing absolutely nothing, just waiting for time to pass, essentially, thanks to this mining probe. So yeah, probes are extremely useful in a number of different ways. And as you probably saw, it said G1. What does G1 mean? Well, basically there's different levels of mining and research probes. I think there's like 1 through 7. I don't know for sure, or maybe 1 through 10 actually. I think it's 1 through 10. So they get pretty advanced basically later on. But that's pretty much the map basically. But also, as for the fast travel, what you can do is you can actually, an example of fast travel point is any FrontierNav probe that you place. You can automatically fast travel to where the mining site is just by clicking on the probe itself and then clicking on the fast travel button, and you'll automatically be located there. Okay, so now that we are at FrontierNav site 116, you can see that there are 5 segments around it, and each one has a different icon in it. These icons dictate how you clear the segments. And for example, this one right here is a normal mission. There's a normal mission that will be completed here, and that will, or at least somewhere located, at least part of that, or at least one objective of that normal mission is in this segment, and that will clear that segment once I complete that mission. There's also this one right here, which is treasures. So basically, when you examine a certain treasure in that region, typically, more often than not, it's gonna be white whale debris or some kind of skull wreckage, basically. So and that's all you gotta do to clear that segment. This one means a tyrant. There's a tyrant in that segment that you have to fight. That's how you clear those segments. And this one, well, we haven't gotten into these yet. We haven't discovered what these are yet, so I'm gonna have to keep that a secret for now. But that's basically all I have for that's all we're gonna do for on the comm device for now. So back to the game itself. So don't expect to see the FrontierNav comm device too often, because I can't. It's very taxing trying to record my Wii U gamepad screen, so I'm not going to do that too often for this LP. But, so yeah, we use the segment map to change the data probe in site 116 to mine probe G1. So there you go. So that's one of our 3 objectives. The next one we have to head to FrontierNav site 112 and 114. But real quick before I do that, I'm going to head back into NLA, because I have to... there's actually a couple missions I want to accept, a couple more normal missions I want to accept, and do them while we're out here. Unfortunately, there just so happens to be a fast travel point right next to Kirsty here. So normal missions will appear as question marks on your mini-map. For example, you can see one right here, on the top right here, the mini-map. So we're going to head over to Sadie here and see what she needs. So this is actually another sort of rescue mission of sorts. Or, excuse me, Sorry to bother you, and I know you're terribly busy, but is there a way you might help with a rather urgent request? I promise it won't take much of your time. Heck, I won't have much of my own time to pick up yours. Sorry, getting off track. Anyway, I know I should be running this request through official channels and all that, so I'm sorry. No, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, who wants a normal mission to become a basic mission, am I right? But there's just no time. I'm desperate at this point, and I'll literally take any job, any help I can get, or not to say you're just anybody. You're great, ha ha ha. Look, I know I must sound completely bonkers, so just hear me out, okay? That's all I ask. Too relatable, just too relatable. Huh? Oh, right, sorry. That probably didn't make a whole lot of sense, huh? Okay, let me pull it together here. Breathe in and out. In and out. People like me. It's okay. Oh my god, too relatable. My heart can't take it. Oh, thank you. My head's a lot clearer now. What were we talking about? Oh, right. Yes, so I need you to deliver some supplies to a blade team in the field. Yes, I'm a mechanic, you see. I specialize in skells. I tend to head up a lot of important projects. Sorry, did that sound braggy? Anyway, I just got called from a team that's always been really nice to me. They asked me to bring some supplies so I can do a field repair of their skells. Apparently, something called a whimsical duogill attacked them after they left on a mission, and now they're stranded out there. I pride myself on customer service, but me wandering around outside the city is just no. Bad idea. Especially with the whimsical duogill that broke their skulls still kicking around. Much as I want to help, I'm just a mechanic. There's only so much I could do. But on the other hand, the thought of those poor skulls lying there all beat up just broke my heart. So I gathered some adventure stuff and left town. But then kind of panicked about what to do next. The only sane plan I could come up with was asking someone else for help. And then he came along. It's like magic. Only not. Anyway, I know I should post this mission control. Alright, so we got our next normal mission. Miles to go. Take supplies to blades or attacked by dangerous indigents while on duty. I'm going to set this. We're not going to set this as our navigation target. We're going to keep Kiersey's mission as our navigation target. But I don't have time for rules, man. I just can't stand around following paperwork, filling out paperwork and cutting red tape or whatever. Oh, and I'll pay you, of course. Or actually, the leader of the team you'll be rescuing will, or I hope. At any rate, they're really in trouble, so if you could get those supplies to them, I'd really appreciate it. And I maintain repair kits. Alright. However, there's one more mission I want to accept, but it's all the way in the commercial district. So, we're actually going to head over there. Can I... actually, I'm not gonna teleport there quite yet. Oh, Division Drive. So a lot of times, landmarks that you discover will sometimes open up a travel point. So essentially, all you have to do to open up travel points in this game is just travel to the location where that travel point is located at. Of course, you can't really tell exactly where the travel point is, but all you gotta do is just... All I can say as far as that goes is just explore, explore, explore. That's the name of the game right there. Yeah, so we're just gonna run straight out to the commercial district because we haven't really done much of a tour per se of NLA, and also we haven't even discovered the region yet. So that's another reason why I couldn't just teleport there. We need to actually run there. But there is a normal mission here we can accept at this point. Actually, 2 of them, I do believe. Yeah, 2 of them. So yeah, we're gonna head straight downtown here. So. You can run straight through the cars. You won't get hit by them or anything. You can also run it around people, which is actually pretty funny because you can actually bump into people as you pass them. It's kind of funny, like they go, "Ugh, careful," or stuff like that. It's pretty funny. Okay, wow, a lot just happened there. Jeez. Yeah, so we've discovered a lot of areas of the commercial district, but not only that, but also apparently it just said that there was a segment that updated in another region, which we haven't seen yet, so I'm not going to talk about that quite yet. But sometimes, if you walk past these speech bubbles, some of them will be yellow and have a question mark or something on them. When that happens, that means that there is the character is going to talk about something specific that's specific to a specific area in the game, essentially. So you can check on your segment map what that thing is, essentially, by going there to see what it is. But anyways, we have our next normal mission here, which is Joe. What do you got?
Now what?
What am I going to do? This can't be all the parts. Yes, hello, welcome. Have a seat right there. I mean, if you want to, sit down. No espresso or lattes today, I'm afraid. We're, sold out. Yes, that's it. So sad. Yeah, I would compromise. Oh, well, wow, you're really nice about this. But no, I mean, you took the time to come here and whatnot, so you deserve a drink to really what you want. Hey, are you good with machines by any chance? You certainly seem good with machines. Just, you know, aura-wise? So, maybe? Yeah. Really? Well, I'm sure you're still better at preparing stuff than me, right? I mean, you kind of have to be. I'm a complete basket case when it comes to mechanical stuff. Well, most of other stuff, actually. Anyway, the owner just got this new espresso machine, and it seems like I've somehow managed to break it. It should be okay once I get the right parts, but finding them has been a nightmare. Or I don't suppose you might know where I could find these 3 heat-proof inox pipes, do you? So, heat-proof inox pipes are actually one of the collectibles you have to find in Primordia. So if we press ZR, whenever we're accepting a mission, we can see, it can show us the objectives in detail. And here it says, gather 3 heat-proof inox pipes in Primordia. That means that, yeah, it's going to be randomly placed in one of the blue orbs that we find scattered throughout Primordia. Oh gosh, I'm so glad I asked. As soon as that machine is up and running, I'll fix you the tastiest latte you've ever had. I mean it. Okay. So yeah, we just got to gather those 3 items in Primordia. So we'll be doing that along with the other normal missions that we have accepted here. But there's one more back here in this strange alley of sorts. Well, not strange, it's just an alley. But what do we have going on over here? This car yours, buddy? It's your own fault. Blades aren't allowed to park here, you see. Well, I heard rumors there are ruffians going about hounding Blades. And now here you are. This is my lucky day. Let me guess. You rocket scientists used to be Blades yourselves, right? Something set you off. So you left to form this gang. How pathetic. And here I was thinking you'd be something special when you're just a common pack of thugs. It's almost disappointing. You got a big mouth, Pipsqueak. I bet it would look better if it knocked out a few teeth. Please. I have no interest in low-level chumps like you. I fear I'm something of a traditionalist, you see. Either give me a great evil worthy of facing justice, or don't waste my time. Enough with the fancy talk. Put your dukes before I end you. Oh, I wholly encourage you to try. But be warned. Agents of swift justice always step forth after a chump drops a cheesy line like that. See? More Blades? Pfft. This was supposed to be an unfair fight. Why are you wussing out on us like this? You got lucky today, Blade. Might not be so lucky tomorrow, if you get my drift. Come on, boys. Let's make like bananas and split. Phew. Thank you. I think you just saved my teeth. I heard talk about a gang that was causing mischief around here, so I decided to take a look, and believe you me, I didn't need to look for very long. But alas, those ruffians saw it fit to wreck my ride. I'm at a bit of a loss as what to do about that. What's to tell? I'd hoped they were villains of vision and character, but they turned out to be common street thugs. Not to say this whole incident has been a waste, though. I met you, and you seem to be something of a major player. Oh, I almost forgot. My name is Justin, and I'm a Blade. It's good to meet you. And you're Multi, huh? Well, you got yourself a new fan, Multi. I wish. Since you seem to be cut from the cloth of a hero, do you think you could help me find some replacement parts for my poor car? With the right parts, I'll have it repaired in no time. I'll just stay here and think of some heroic questions for you while you're gone. Look forward to it. A hero's ride. Justin's car is wrecked. Gather the parts repaired. Alright. And I swear he looks like Justin Bieber. Did they name him Justin on purpose like that? Yeah. I knew you'd accept. You're type to always say yes, no matter how absurd the request may be. It's because you're an agent of justice. Such things are in your DNA. The classic hero response. Bold of action, yet humble of spirit. One such as yourself would never brag about your daring do. In any case, what I need is a repair of anhydrous radiators. Got it? Thanks a million, hero. Okay, so yeah, these are also 2 items that can be randomly found in the blue orbs around Primordia. But, speaking of the blue orbs and the collectibles and whatnot, let's get into the Collectopedia. So we go into Party, or not Party, Intel. Collectopedia is the very bottom here. Now, Collectopedia, from what I understand, is a returning feature from the original Xenoblade Chronicles. In every single region, okay, I guess you can see it there too, whatever. The game really wants to spoil the name of the other continents, so whatever. You can see them now if you want to. Anyways, so you have all these boxes here, and each one that's labeled OK means you have one of the collectibles that goes in those boxes. You have at least one in your inventory of the item that goes in that box, and the ones marked with stars are lucky slots or lucky panels. And whenever you clear one of those, you'll get a battle point. But you will also get rewards if you fill out entire rows or entire continents. So the Collectopedia is one of those things that you want to fill out completely for 100% if you're really crazy like me and you're a completionist of sorts, like even when it comes to this game. But again, I've never completed this game 100% before as far as like actual full completion goes, but I have completed the Collectopedia before, and I will be doing that for this LP. As you can see, we've already filled out 16% of the Collectopedia for Primordia, and you're going to want to do that for all 5 of the continents. But in order to do that, you have to go around collecting items throughout Primordia. So you have your so you have motivation to fight enemies, and you have motivation to go out exploring, getting collectibles, yeah, like exploring your regions, collectibles, everything. They don't sell guns in the commercial district. You'll have to hit up Armory Alley in the administrative district. But why do you need a Gatling gun exactly? Alrighty, that girl needs a Gatling gun. Remind me later, and I might buy one for her actually. Anyways, we're gonna warp to Armory Alley next. Armory Alley, and yeah, I'm going to. Okay, so we're going to check out the arms terminal here, and we're going to actually purchase some ground equipment while we're here. Obviously, you can only buy ground equipment because you can't buy skells and you can't buy gear or anything yet, so that's all we can get. We're going to get stuff for the avatar here. Now, so first off, as you can see, assault rifle and knife are highlighted in blue. That's because these are the only 2 types of weapons that my character can currently use, because this is our current class. Yeah, so currently the avatar starts off as a drifter, and drifter only has access to assault rifles and knives. So that's the weapons we'll be shopping for. And the red indicates that the item is too high level for us. So yes, weapons are also level based. I cannot, and they go by groups of 10, basically. So, for instance, I can only buy these 3 assault rifles, and the rest are going to be level 10 or higher. So, and we're currently level 7. Yeah, we're currently level 7, as you can see on the bottom right corner of the screen there. So, right now, we only have access to level 1 weapons, and this one right here gives us a increase of 3 damage to 6. So our total range attack will be 24, and range accuracy will be slightly higher. That's about it. I'm probably not going to... I mean, I probably already have really good weapons on me, because the thing is, you also pick up a lot of stuff, like, out in the field, so... I just wanted to demonstrate this, as you can see, like, how it works, like, buying weapons and stuff from the shop terminal. As for armor, I'm also going to hold off on that just for a second. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and show it anyways. You can buy different sets of armor for your character, and they're all divided by different sections of the body, like such as the, head, torso, left arm, right arm, and legs. And you're gonna want to buy different sets of armor depending on like what the enemies, like let's say you're having trouble with a specific enemy. You can find out the stats of that enemy by, well, I guess you can't really see it in-game or per se, like unless you're fighting, except for in the process of fighting the enemy. But, I always go to Xenoblade Wiki to check what the enemy's weak to and what their strengths and weaknesses are. And you can, by determining what their weaknesses are, you can get specific weapons that deal the most damage towards that weakness. And for the strengths, you can get whatever sets of armor will repel those strengths, and they'll make more sense much later in the game, I promise. But for now, with we can. Isn't there like a way? Like, there's a way you can actually just automatically equip the best gear that you have. Let me see what it is. I forgot what it was though. I could have swore like you could just no equipment slots. How do we... Oh, X submenu. There it is. So here it is. Equip strongest gear. This is by far one of the best things in the game. Look at all those stat increases. I mean, we lost a bit of gravity. I think that's gravity defense right there. But look at how much extra defense we now have. 24 as opposed to... Yeah, we gained 14 defense that way. And also increased our HP by 100. All that, and also 500 TP as well. I'm going to do the same for Elma as well, and Lynn. And not only that, but the character stuff, not wearing any headgear, so you're going to want to change that as well. So yeah, going to equip best gear for Elma as well. Here we go. So look at that, we have, once again, look at all the stat increases. Well, I guess you can't see them now because I just kind of exited out of them too fast. But yeah, we'll do the same for Lynn. You're going to want to do this very frequently because you're constantly going to be picking up new gear, like when you fight enemies. So I highly recommend doing this. Once again for... Oh. Well, I guess we don't really have anything to give Lynn, actually. Okay, because everything's already on Elma and the Avatar. Well, we can actually go in and just buy stuff specifically for Lynn. I mean, Lynn's current weapon isn't too bad. I mean, well, actually, I think, yeah, she's already... Ah, okay, wait a second. So anyways, Lynn is a shield trooper, so she uses Gatling guns and a shield, basically. Shield for a short range attack and a Gatling gun for long range attacks. Let's see here. This is already... Okay, we already have the Storm Machine. We already have the Storm Machine too, so we don't need that. For... Oh, these other ones are just too expensive, aren't they? Because we don't have... Well, no, not really. Oh yeah, they're just too high level. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this, okay, so we lose TP if we get this one, and stability goes up. There's less stability, I guess, but that's about it. But there's less, it's a slightly shorter cooldown, I guess. So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just try this one out. And also, don't worry about the headgear. It will not appear during cutscenes. There's actually a setting that you can enable or disable that will make the headgear disappear during cutscenes. Actually, well, actually, in general, the item will not appear except for during this screen right here, basically. Now, in the Japanese version of this game, Lynn had some very questionable outfits that were available to her. Like they. We'll give her the survival shirt also. I mean, I guess it increases her gravity defense a little bit. But for everything else, I guess whatever's most useful. Okay, I guess we'll just get matching outfits for the survival stuff. Okay. There we go. Okay, so yeah, Lynn gets basically the matching outfit, the whole survival set, basically. So, I mean, except for the head, of course. But, anyways, so that's basically our gear for now. I guess I'll have to do. So anyways, we spent this entire episode, unfortunately, like doing not so very interesting stuff. I mean, we start off with those battles in the first like 10 minutes or so, but that's about it. We've mostly just accepted missions and learned about the different features we now have access to. I promise future episodes will not be like this. We'll actually be doing interesting stuff for the most part throughout the game. But yeah, I'd like to apologize for anyone who found this episode very boring. I don't think any other episodes will be like this because I really don't like spending entire episodes like going through like shopping and stuff. Like that's just very boring and not a lot of action to that. So join me next time on Xenoblade X when we actually go out in Primordia and fight enemies, go exploring, and do the normal missions. So yeah, see you folks later. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.